Hey, it's Nathan with OptionsForAll.com. In this video, we're going to go over how to buy call options on Schwab. We're going to do it on mobile, and we're also going to do it on desktop. You can use a timestamp to get to the point of the video that you want to go ahead and watch. Now, we're going to go over the technical steps on how to buy the call options, but if you're interested in learning about call options or long calls or buying calls, I have a blog post right here. I'll link to it in the description down below, and it goes over all the details. Plus, I have a video explanation of the long call option strategy, so you could check that out as well if you're interested in learning more about buying calls or long call options. But let's go ahead and hop over to the mobile app and we'll go through that process together. So let me blow this up real quick. So here we are in the mobile app, and to buy a call option, it's quite simple. We're just going to come down to the bottom of the window here and click on trade. And then we want to come up to options right here. So we'll go ahead and tap on options. And then you can go ahead and enter the symbol or company name. I'm just going to go ahead and type in SPY, and then we'll go ahead and click on search. And it loads up the SPY ETF information. So you can see the relevant information like the current price of the SPY ETF and so on. Moving on down, we get into the options information, and I'm going to go through it how I normally go through it. So we skip on down here to leg 1, and we want to go ahead and tap on chain. And the first thing we need to go ahead and do is select our expiration date. So it does give us the nearest expiration date, which is Tuesday, which is 2 days away. But we could go ahead and shrink that up real quick. So tap that. And then it gives us all the different expiration dates that we could go ahead and select. So let me go out. Now I might go out to day 37. We'll go right here to June 30th and we'll tap on that. All right, so this loads up our options chain right here, and we're on the call side because we want to buy a call option because we want the option to buy a stock at a given strike price, because we are bullish on the stock and we think it's going to go up. So then we want the option to buy the stock at a different price, so that way we could hopefully buy the stock for a lower price and sell it for a higher price. Or our option just goes up in value and we could go ahead and sell our option. All right, so it breaks it down for us right here. So right now we are bullish, we're buying, and we need to buy at the ask price. So this is the column we're paying attention to, is the ask column. Now also we have the strike, and this of course is important. This is the price that we would be willing to buy SPY for. And you can see that it defaults to 8. We could go ahead and tap on that, and we could select a different range of how many we would like to see. I'm going to go ahead and select 24, but you could select, whatever is relevant for you, depending on what strike price you want to buy it at. So let's move on back down. All right, so here we are. We got 24 strike prices now. And we could also scroll on this options chain. We can scroll to the right, and we can see more information. We can scroll over, we see open interest, we see delta information, and so on. So you can get those type of metrics by swiping left and right on your screen. And I want to look for just a delta of 0.6. So there's a 0.6 delta that gives us a price of 736 strike price. So let's come back over to our ask, and it's $21.80. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on $21.80, and it filled out our card for us. So we have our action. We're buying to open. So that's what it's called when you're buying a option. You're buying to open. Quantity, so quantity, number of contracts that we want to go ahead and buy. And remember, each contract represents 100 shares, so that's something to keep in mind. We have our expiration, which we already selected when we were looking at the options chain. We have our strike price of 736, which we also selected when looking at the options chain. Now you could of course go ahead and tap 736, and you could go ahead and change it. Be like, oh, I actually want 735, and there you go. You changed your strike price. And also we could switch between call and put here. We have call because that's what we want to do. And now it shows us the bid-ask spread right here. So this is what people are asking for. This is what people are bidding, and that's kind of the midpoint. And usually you can fill your order around the midpoint. There's an option to add legs. We're not doing that. We're just buying a call option here. I'll have more advanced videos on more advanced trades. So if you're interested, links in the description, or subscribe to the channel. All right, order type. So let's go ahead and tap on that real quick. So we have different types of orders. We have limit order, and what a limit order means is that you'll pay no more than the price you've entered right here. So we'll pay no more than $21.54 for our contract. And of course, this represents 100 shares, right? So the actual price would be $2,154. So keep that in mind. Now, also, if a seller wants to sell it to us for $21.30, well, then our order would fill at $21.30 and we save some dollars in the process. So just because you set it at that limit doesn't mean it will fill at that limit, but it does mean that you won't go above and beyond that particular limit. Now, another type of order that is available is market order. So a market order fills at the market price, whatever that price is at that time. So whatever a seller is willing to sell it for at that time, you're going to pay for it. And usually with highly liquid options like SPY, it usually fills for right around the ask price, if not a little less. But it'll fill immediately, whereas a limit order will only fill when a seller meets your price. Now there's a couple other order types in here, so we can click on the limit and you can see there's stop and stop limit. I'm not going to go into great detail here, but there's this little icon right here you can tap on and it gives you more information on what a stop order is and also what a stop limit order is. So you can check that out, or I'll have videos on those order types as well. All right, moving on, we of course have our price. So this is the price that we are willing to pay for our option. And since we have a limit order, we will not pay more than $21.54 for our contract. Now, of course, this is times by 100, so we won't pay more than $2,154 for this particular contract. And the price I currently have it on is the midpoint at $21.54. So the order might fill or it might not fill right away. We might need to wait for a seller to come down to my price. If I want my order to execute more quickly, I could go ahead and price it at the ask price. So this is the price that the sellers are asking for right now. So basically I'd be like, okay, yeah, I'll buy it for you for your price of $22.51 or $2,251. And then my order should execute like right away at that price. Moving on down, we have some timing options as well. So there's day only, and that means that my order will stay open for the day. And if it doesn't fill within that day, it will cancel. So if nobody wants to sell me their option for $22.51, well, then my order will cancel at the end of the day. There's also a good till canceled. So that means that my order will stay open until it is filled at that price, or I cancel it, or the expiration date, in which case there's nothing left to buy because the option expired and the order will cancel itself. Now there's a couple other timing options we could select as well. So there's also fill or kill or immediate or cancel. And I'm not going to go into great detail on them, but you could click that little eye icon and see what fill or kill is. So orders canceled, if not filled immediately in its entirety, or immediate or cancel, orders canceled if not filled immediately, partially, or entirely. So two more timing options right there. Moving on down, I'm going to go ahead and switch back to day only and look at special instructions now. So currently it's on none. Let's tap into that. So there's all or none as well. So basically, what this means is we will have our order fill all the way or none at all. Now, we are only doing one contract in this particular example. So basically, it's an all or none anyway. But let's say that you're trying to do 100 contracts. Well, if it couldn't find 100 contracts for $22.51, then your order would not fill. So it makes sure that all the contracts in your order are priced at your price, or the order won't go through. So this really only comes into play if you're doing large quantities of contracts. But if you're just doing one, like, it won't have any impact on those options. All right, so you could go ahead and tap on Trade Calculator as well and see, a little bit of information of potential profit and loss. So if the price of SPY is $613 at expiration, I'll lose $2,251. Versus if it goes up to $899.38, I will make $14,187.36. And there's my potential profit loss chart right there. So simple stuff. But when you're ready, you can go ahead and tap on Review Order, and it'll give you a summary of all your information. And when you're ready, you go ahead and click on Place Order right there. And so that's how you would buy a call option on Schwab Mobile. Now I'm going to hop over to their website and we'll go through it on a computer. Alrighty, so let's walk through the process of buying a call option on the Schwab website. We're already logged in, and what we want to do is go to Trade right here. And we want to go to options, and I go to options chains. I just find that easier to get the process started. So we'll go to chains. And the first thing I want to do is search for our symbol. So I'm going to look for my SPY symbol, and it will load up the information about the SPY ETF. So there's all the current information on SPY. Let's scroll on down here to the options chain, and we'll leave the strategy showing both calls and puts so that way we just see the full options chain. Now we're only doing calls in this video, and that's perfectly fine. Let's go ahead and broaden our strikes as well, because we want to buy a strike further in the money or out of the money than just 8, so we'll just bump it up to 24. We could go ahead and change our expirations if we want to as well, but for the sake of this video, 60 days is just fine. I'm going to go ahead and minimize some of those and go out a little bit. We'll go out to June 18th right here, Thursday, 25 days. And we'll open up that expiration date. So this is when our option expires, so we need the price of SPY to be above and beyond our call strike price at this date, and actually we want it above and beyond our break-even point so that way we make a profit. And if you're unfamiliar with what a break-even point is when buying a call option, check out this blog post or this video right here. Link in the description down below. Alright, so once we figure out what strike price we want to go ahead and buy, so this 740 has a lot of volume and a lot of open interest. That means that the bid-ask spread should be pretty narrow. And also there's a lot of liquidity, so when we want to go back and sell the particular option, we shouldn't have any trouble selling it. Additionally, the 735 has a lot of open interest as well and a little bit of volume. Now it is a weekend and things are a little weird looking on weekends, but during regular market hours, there should be more volume and information for you to look at. Plus the bid-ask spread should be more narrowed when the market is open. I'm just going to go with this 740 strike price for this particular example. And since we are buying our option, we want to look under the ask column. So the ask column is what the sellers are selling the option for. And so since they're selling it for this price and we're buying it for that price, we're looking in the ask column. So let's come in here and we can go ahead and click on the 1625 and it opens up our snap ticket order form, and we'll walk through this process together. So we have our symbol right here. We have some of our information. Of course, the strategy is a call. That's what we're doing. It's a single leg strategy. We're BTO, which means buying to open. 1 is the number of contracts. We have our expiration date as 6/18/26, and then our strike price of 740. And this is a call option. So there's all the information of our strategy. We have the ask price, which is the price that the sellers are currently asking for. And then we have the mid price, which is the price between what the buyers are trying to buy it for and the sellers are trying to sell it for, is the midpoint. And typically when you're buying and selling options, you'll be able to sell them or buy them around the midpoint. All right, we have different order types, and I covered this in the mobile section. So if you watched the mobile section already, you should have all the details that you need. I'm going to go a little quicker in the desktop walkthrough. So I have limit orders, and that means that our order will not fill for any more than our price. So in this case, we will pay $16.25. Now, of course, each contract, so each one contract is representative of 100 shares. So you're going to take that $16.25 and multiply it by 100. So we'd actually be paying $1,625 for this contract. But being that it's a limit order, we will not pay any more than $16.25. And also, if a seller's like, yeah, I'd sell it for $16.20, well, then the order would fill for $16.20. So just because we set our limit at $6.25 doesn't mean it will fill at $6.25. It just means it won't fill above and beyond $16.25. Another order type is market. So if the market was open and we went through and submitted our order, well, then it would fill at whatever the market price is. So whatever the seller is offering at that moment in time, our order would execute, which might be more than the $16.25 that we were offering, or it might be less. It just depends on what the sellers were offering at that time. There's some other ones like stop limit, walk limit. You can click on this little eye icon and get some details on what those different order types represent, so you can get, details on them right here. So check that out if you're interested, or I'll have another video explaining the different order types. But for the sake of this example, and since the market's currently closed, I'm going to leave it on limit. Now we get to price, and I've already discussed most of this. So the ask, that's what these sellers are asking for. So if we offer exactly what they're asking for, like that, then our order will probably go through pretty quickly. Or we could go ahead and set it at the midpoint, and more than likely our order will go through, but it might take a couple minutes in order for it to fill or bid, and then you're getting to the point where other people are trying to buy the option at, so you have a little bit of competition at that range. And more than likely your order will not fill right away. You'd have to wait for the price of the contract to drop a little bit, so maybe SPY drops a little bit and my order would go ahead and fill. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it at the midpoint right now. The next field we have is timing. So we have day only, and that means that our order will stay open until it is either filled or until the day ends, and then the order will go ahead and cancel. So if the order doesn't fill by the end of the day, the order would automatically cancel and you'd have to go place it again. Another option is good till canceled. So this means that the order would stay open until it is filled, or until you cancel it, or until the option expires. So there's that option, and then there's fill or kill, or immediate or cancel. And you can learn more about those different timing options by clicking the I and going to fill or kill or immediate or cancel right there. All right, let's go back and continue on. There are special instructions right here. So there's all or none. And considering we're only doing one contract, it's either all or none anyway. But if you had like 100 contracts you were trying to buy, it would either do all 100, or if it can't fill all 100 at one time, well then it won't buy any of them. Versus if you don't have this checked, well then it will buy as many contracts as possible given your different parameters that you selected. So maybe it would only buy 50 of 100 contracts if there's only 50 people or 50 contracts available for 1588 or less. But when you're just trading one contract, it's all or none anyway. We have a trade and probability calculator, so you can get some information on your maximum profit, loss, break even, and so on. You get your nice little chart right here and so on. Let's go back, and when you're ready, you just click on review, and it gives you a summary of your order information. And then when you're ready to go through with it, you just click on place order, and it will place the order for your call option. And so that's how you buy call options on Schwab Mobile and their desktop website. Again, if you're interested in learning more about the long call option strategy, please check out this blog post or this video right here, link in the description down below. And that's it for this video. I wish you all the best.